So what's going on, everybody? It's JettyKing98 here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a foolproof guide on how to get the air valves to work every single time in the Easter egg for Gorod Krovi. So, if you're unfamiliar with the air valves, they're basically this Easter egg step that we have to do, and everybody's struggling figuring them out because there's so many different combinations of how we can get this. We're basically trying to get a master code cylinder to input into Sophia, the robot, to get a password and put it in there to continue on to the second step of the Easter egg. And a lot of people are having struggle with this because it just seems like it's kind of really random and you're not sure what to do, and we've tried all these combinations and they don't work. But what you're trying to do is make a circuit of airflow, and let me kind of back up here and we'll explain how the process of how to get to the valves here. So the prerequisites of our course: you have to have the power on, as well as get the cylinders for the dragon command center, and you have to be able to go to the hatchery that way. And once you're at the hatchery, you have to bring a Valkyrie down to the bottom floor and kill it near this generator right here, and it's going to power this generator on. And what this generator is going to do is it's going to power on all 6 of the airflow valves in the map. Now let's go ahead and detail all 6 locations of these. So the first one we have here is going to be at the tank station. The next one we have is at the top floor of the armory. The third one is going to be at the top floor of the department store. The fourth one is going to be at the Dragon Command Center. The fifth one is going to be at the barracks in between the infirmary and the bunker area. And the last, 6th and final one is going to be at the supply depot. So now we need to talk about these valves, and the generator, of course, is going to stay on only for a limited amount of time. And when that timer runs out, then you're going to have to go back down to the hatchery area to turn the generator back on. But you have to wait a full round for a round to progress. You have to wait for the round to change to be able to turn the generator back on. It can only be turned on once per round. You don't have to bring a Valkyrie down with you every single time. That's only for the initial turn on the generator there. You just have to press the button to the left of it every time after the initial time you turn it on. So now we can go ahead and talk about the valves now that we have all the prerequisites out of the way and you know how to get up to this step here. So let's talk about the valves. Like I said, there are 6 of them, and they have different lights above them that are going to allow you to indicate how the valves interact with each other and how they change. There are 3 pipes on each valve that they jut out of, and basically there are dials on the valves that correspond to each of these 3 pipes. And what these dials are going to allow you to do is, as you change them, it's going to open up the airflow into that chamber. So if we have like tank station 1, that's going to open it up to the 1 chamber in tank station. You switch it over to the 2, it opens up the 2nd chamber, and these chambers each go to different locations around the map, the different air valves. So you see you have 1 bottom location leading up to 3 jutting off locations, 3 junction locations, and the 1 bottom location has many different locations from other areas around the map, other valves around the map, and they all kind of correspond and they all link together, but in very confusing ways here. So the lights on top of them, you're going to have 1 green light, a couple blue lights. It can be 3 or 4 initially, and then you're going to have 1 or 2 white lights. The white light indicates that there is no air flowing into that valve. The blue light indicates that there is airflow going into that valve and it is being powered, and the green light is your initial starting point. That's where you're beginning. That's where you're trying to get the air. You're starting with the air there, and you're trying to get it to the master code cylinder in the 1 valve. Now the green and the purple and the purple cylinder, the master code cylinder, whatever you want to call it, is going to be in random locations every time. They're going to be in random valves. It could be in the supply room where your code cylinder is, and the department store for your green light. Or it could be dragon for green light, barracks for purple code. It's random, as well as which ones are going to have blue lights and which ones are going to have white lights on them. So completely random right there, but it's doable with the data that I have collected here. So the lights are going to allow you to figure out how the valves interact with each other and how you can turn them on. Like say you have one that's blue and one that's off, and you switch a valve on like tank station. Tank station is blue, armory is white, and you switch to position 2 on tank station, and then that turns armory blue. That means that tank station section number 2 powers to the main armory valve there. So it's kind of a little confusing to explain how this works, but let's go ahead and check out the data, and you guys should understand this a lot more from here. So let's go ahead and look at what I've compiled right here, and we have 3 for each of the locations right here. This is corresponding to each of the 3 numbers on the valves, the pipelines, the chambers that shoot out, that junction out of the valves there. And look at the data that we have here. Let's take the tank station one into account here. So if we have the air flowing to tank station right here. Tank station is blue, there's air going into it, it's powered on. Say we have barracks that is white here, so we want to get barracks turned on, so we're going to have to flow through tank station number 1, and then that's going to turn barracks on. Barracks is going to become blue. Same thing with tank station 2, it's going to make supply go blue, so tank station 3 is going to make armory go blue, and so forth. So what your goal to do is to figure out where you have your green light and where your master code cylinder is, and you're going to have to go ahead and get from the green light to the master code cylinder, going through each and every location in there in the way that you can. The way that the game allows you to do so. You have to travel through each and every valve. You cannot skip a valve, because if you skip a valve, you will not have enough air pressure to push the master code cylinder out. So let's do a little example right here for you guys, so we can kind of make this even more easier to explain to you. So say we have a green light in the supply room here. This is where our green light is going to be. So we want to go ahead and get to a master code cylinder that is sitting in the department store, the top floor of the department store there. So we have 6 locations, and we got to look at the data and figure out how we're going to get it there. So let's go ahead and send the air. We're going to turn it to number 1 and send it down to the dragon area. So we send it to the dragon area, and now we're at the dragon area. The air is flowing in there. Dragon is now blue, and you can go ahead and figure out where you want to send it now. Well, we can't send it to supply because we were just there, and we can't send it to the department in number 2 because that's where our final piece is, and we have to get to each and every other location before going there. So we have to send it to barracks. We have to set dragon to 3 to send the air through there. So now barracks is going to be lit up blue, and we can go ahead and go into barracks here. Well, now we can't go to the department there, so number 1 is of course out. We were just at dragon, so 3 is out. So we only have one option, and it's to send it to number 2, which is the tank station. So we go up to the tank station here, and now we are looking at our data here. Well, we were just at barracks, so we can't do 1. We have already been to supply. That's where our initial starting point is. So our only option is to go to the armory and set it to tank number 3. So we go to armory, and now we're in our final location, and all we have to do is set it to number 3 and get it to the department, and there you go, your master code cylinder is going to pop out. So that's just a little example I pulled right there. It might not be exactly the way that is in the game. If you do happen to get supply and department as your 2 locations for the green light and the master code cylinder, you can just follow through my little example right there, and you will be able to actually get this. So this is super easy to do. This step is so simple once all the data has been compiled and the trial and error has been completed, and you know where each and every pipe connects to. Very easy to do, and all you have to do is go find the green light and then your master code cylinder, and you can even start this. You can find the master code cylinder and know where you're going to try to have to end up at the end before you even turn the generator on. So very simple to do this. I hope this explained it to you very well. To you guys, if you have any questions, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. This should be a foolproof guide right here. It's worked every single time for me in every single game that I have tried in the past, several hours of playing this map, just grinding out these stupid valves to try to figure this out for you guys. So please share this around, because there's a lot of confusion towards these valves. I'm going to be posting this on a lot of places that I can. So I want to get this information out there so you guys can make this step of the Easter egg so much easier for you guys to do, because it's very annoying. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Black Ops 3 Zombies content, Gorod Krovi specifically for right now until we get to DLC 4. And I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I put a lot of time and effort into this video, so I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope this helps you guys get the valve step much easier. I've been doing it in like 2 minutes every single game that I've played lately. It's so simple to do so. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next one.